But what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. Y'all see the thumbnail, man. The things evil women get away with. If y'all hear that knowing, that's my dog. He under my feet. We got to talk about how some of y'all like to blame men for everything, and guys are trying to express to folks that what you're doing is basically letting evil women off the hook. And y'all so accustomed to doing that, y'all don't know how detrimental it is for quote unquote society. So when you say a guy is a cheater in a relationship, he's a liar, he's a manipulator, he's a user, he's a cheater. He becomes all these negative things as a human being. But let's just say a woman is a liar, a manipulator, a cheater in a relationship. Then it becomes, you don't know what she's been through, and maybe she has a reason for being like that, and maybe she felt unhappy and insecure and unprotected, and so you gave her an excuse to be a liar, manipulator, and a cheater. Okay. No, I didn't. Actually, you did. You just interjected excuses that you wouldn't interject with anybody else, with men in particular, right? You wouldn't even interject that with children, you know, because if a child is a liar, manipulator, and cheats on tests in school, you can't. You're not gonna give them those excuses. So these are things that ladies can get away with: lying, manipulating, cheating, because of that. Um, you might say a guy's doesn't care about his kids, is a deadbeat, you know, is a loser, right? Um, and then when a mom is doesn't care about her kid and is a deadbeat and is a loser, what you gonna say? Well, maybe a man did something and broke her spirit, and because he did something, it's the reason why she acts like that. Maybe, the kid just isn't a good kid, and that's why she doesn't want anything to do with that kid. Because I was watching a video of a guy filming a son screaming at his mother in the street like he just wants to see his dad, and the mom wouldn't let him. And the dude was like, "This is about to make me cry," because the kid just broke down, and the mother walked off. And 9 times out of 10, mom could get away with it because there's going to be some lady that blames a man for this. It's the reason why, because if he would have been there, he would have never left her, or if she left him, it's his fault that she left him, and that's why. And it's like, okay, you keep doing this, you keep giving these ladies fictitious excuses, and this is why they keep getting away, with pretty much everything. It's why they got carte blanche with everything. You see the way when I see the interactions online between men and women, and say ethics and morality come into play. Whether somebody if a guy has bad ethics and bad morals and puts a woman into a bad situation, it becomes you should be better than that. You're a horrible person. You should be better. You should do better. You should know better. There's no reason for you as a man to put a woman in a bad situation the way you did. But when you switch that situation and a woman does something to put a man in a bad spot, he's a man, he got to deal with it. So what? Maybe she did do that, but that's okay because she's a woman, or maybe she's a woman and a mother, and maybe she went through something and she has trauma and toxic situations. And once again, so now she can be immoral and unethical and screw a person over. And, hey, she can get away with it because, hey, she's a woman and women are supposed to stick together, right? And you find this out like, man, this is ridiculous. I've seen what, if a man um, assaults a woman, whether physically or in another way, it's like, okay, he's less of a man. He needs to be locked up. He needs to go to jail. He needs to be, he needs his career or his life work taken from him. And that's no problem. And people pretty much agree with that. But when women assault men or lie and say a man assaulted them, and the guy had to pay the price for those lies. Guess what? Oh, she was a woman. Maybe she was going through something. Maybe it was a rough day. She's going through a rough time. Maybe she needs therapy. Maybe it was a toxic situation. Hey, cut that out. Maybe it's a toxic situation, and this, that, and the third. And now you got a situation where, you know, you wind up, okay, this man got played and screwed over, and this lady gets to walk and go home. She gets to go home with nothing ever happening to her. And guess what? Because of these type of things, this is why you see stuff happening over and over and over and over again with men. This is when people were talking about how the Me Too movement went too far. If I don't think y'all remember when a lady was like, yeah, there's gonna be women who lie on men and who get guys' careers ruined and basically guys locked up. So what? That's okay. Well, that's just the cost of doing business. And it's like, the ladies just sit there and go, oh, it's okay. She's a woman. She's a mother. And the crazy part about it is, I'm going to tell y'all when it's going to get crazy, in my opinion. And this is what I mean by how evil it can be. There are going to be men who pose, who say to identify as women, who pull these same stunts that women pull. And then it's going to be like, I mean, he's a woman now, so I guess we gotta believe all women and all men who identify as women too. And they're like, yeah, exactly. This is how evil y'all could be. This is how bad it could get. So for me, this is gonna get more and more interesting over time because at the end of the day, you're gonna see how men have to suffer through lies and falsehoods and manipulation. Let me go ahead and deal with this dog. Tell me what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. And yes, I'm swinging side to side of the chair. That's my thing today. So catch you on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it again.